Swimming, camping, and skiing. These are some of the things you can try when you come to Morocco. But they're all activities that can be done in different climates. So when is the best time to go to Morocco? Hey guys, and welcome back to a Random Introvert Online. Today we are going to talk about when is the best time to visit Morocco, and we are going to categorize it based on season. Unlike Scandinavia and Canada, Morocco actually experiences the four seasons. And so with each season, there's a new activity and experience to be done. First off, we have winter. Winter starts from December to March. And depending on which region you're in or you're going to, you are going to experience different climates and temperature. So if you are up in the mountain, you're going to need your skiing gear and you're going to need raincoats. Do you have snow coats? Anyway, you're gonna need a lot of blankets as well. But if you are in the city, and I'm especially talking about the north, such as Tangiers all the way to Casablanca, you're going to need your raincoat, your umbrellas, rain boots, because it rains very heavily in there. As opposed to the south, where it barely rains, it's almost dry all year long. It's going to be 10 days of rain in the entirety of winter. But raincoats and maybe, just coats, an umbrella would be something that you would consider, but not entirely, because you can just stay home for 10 days, right? And so the climate in the south is very dry, so there's not even going to be any, like flowers or greenery, and all of that blooms in winter and dies in winter before spring because of how dry it is, and it's usually very sunny. So if you're a white person, do consider sunscreen. One time I was at the beach and I've seen some Nordic people. I've heard them talk, so I knew it wasn't English, but I can tell a language. And they were swimming. It was very cloudy, but apparently for them it was warm. They were in bikinis swimming, an entire family. So I was like, yeah, that's shocking. Also for winter, a lot of people, 50 years up, usually retirement age, tend to buy apartments here. So they can travel here during winter, because winter in Scandinavia and that part of Europe and the rest of the world can be very, very cold. So for them, a winter in Morocco is just a time to wear a t-shirt. Everybody's wearing a coat, but you can tell which one is which just by how little clothes they're wearing. And for them, that's very warm because it's still sunny. It's just cool. As for the price of the tickets, if you're flying here or if you're coming on a boat or anything that has to do with tourism, the tickets are going to be very cheap, because during this time, parents still have school, their kids have school, and they're still working, and it's not summer vacation yet so they can't really travel, and so the tickets are very cheap, and there's a lot of summer activities that you can do in winter. We have spring. Spring begins from March to June. In this season, we also experience medium to high tourism because, well, it's not as cold or rainy anymore, but it's not hot, scorching hot like the summer, and it's a pretty balanced weather, so people tend to, usually couples and the people about 50, they like to come during this time because it's the weather. It's not too hot for them to get burned or to get like a heat stroke. I don't know about the pricing of the tickets. I mean, logically it would be somewhere intermediate. So just because it's spring, it doesn't always necessitate that there will be flowers. I don't know, I'm really obsessed with flowers. So, because I rarely get to see them myself, and that's why I'm just talking about flowers non-stop. But yeah, if you want something like that, like beautiful nature and greenery, I suggest you go to the waterfalls or to the north. Tangiers, Fes, Meknes, all these places, their climate is way cooler than where I'm at, and that's why they experience a lot of, grass and flowers, trees, and things like that. So visiting the desert would also be a good idea because, the weather is still moderate and it's not as scorching hot. The desert is the desert. It's still hot, but it's not summer hot. So yeah, the beach is fine, the pool is fine, waterfalls are great, desert is also okay. Third, we have the summer. Summer here starts from June to September, and it is the hottest by far. For in my region, it can get up to 45 degrees Celsius. That's very hot. So as an African country, Morocco can experience very, very high degrees of the temperature. So I really don't recommend that people who are 50 and above should come here during that period of time, because even the locals who are, elderly, pass away during these very hot times. So I don't know about people who've been in snow all their life. However, it is an excellent weather for the beach, for the waterfalls, for swimming, for tanning, for the pool. But I don't recommend the mountains or going camping either. And here's why. There's going to be tons of crowds, that's number one, but also if you go to those type of places, you're going to find reptiles, insects, scary, snakes, scorpions, this, that. There's a lot of those things that live in the nature, and it may not be safe to, camp out in the outskirts like that. Don't also forget things like dirt bikes and water skiing, jet skiing. So things like horse riding and camelback riding and things like that. These are all things you can do in both spring and summer. Mostly summer because the people who have the camels don't really, start their business until they see that there's going to be a lot of demand, and in spring there's not going to be as much demand. However, if you are coming to people watch and just to feel the local vibe, I don't think the summer is a good time, because there's going to be a lot of people from abroad who also came here to do exactly what you came to do. So you're going to notice that there would be a lot of people who are from abroad. Since you're sticking to only tourist areas, you're going to see a lot of tourists as opposed to locals living their locals' lives. And also don't forget that cities in Morocco don't sleep, like the big city is Casablanca and Marrakesh. So even though that the nights are not exactly as chilly, but they're not sunny at least, which is a perk. Finally, we have autumn. Autumn is the best month to fly to Morocco. Why? First, you have kids returning to school, so a lot of parents are going to leave. University students, so a lot of people are going to leave. People going back to their business, a lot of people are going to leave. And so, yeah, there's going to be not many people coming into the country as much as leaving, so the tickets are going to be way cheaper at this time. And so the weather is going to be very moderate. It's not going to be cold. It's going to be cool towards winter. But that's going to be, the last month of autumn. So that's when you're really gonna start feeling the chill of winter. However, in the beginning of autumn though, it's a very good time to come because you are going to experience Morocco in a chillier weather, but not as hot, not as sunny, not as cold, which is great. So yeah, you can do some things such as camping, hiking, going to the beach, going to the pool. And one thing about Morocco is that it doesn't really matter when you come. You're gonna get tan, so don't worry about that. So yeah, if you like to swim in autumn, be my guest. Like I said, I've seen people swim in, what was it, December? So yeah, you do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is it for today. Hope to see you in the next videos. Leave suggestions, and if you have anything to add, let me know in the comments. And bye bye.